All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about why rich people don't have jobs, right? Now, most of us, we need jobs. We need to go to work so that we can pay our bills, so that we can cater for our needs. But for rich people, they don't have jobs. And the reason is simple. They have assets that makes money for them. And we, the regular folks, are part of the assets. We are part of their portfolio of things that make money for them. So that is why they don't have jobs. In 2020, right, Jeff Bezos made an average of over $3 million a day. Now, with all due respect, he doesn't have more hours a day than we both have. There aren't many hours in a day for one person to be making over $300 million on average in one day. So the only way that that would have happened is that his assets are working for him. And the assets are not just working for him. Millions of people, all of us, are working for him. All of us that are buying stuff on Amazon, next day delivery. You know, you think about buying a pencil, you go on Amazon, boom. You want to do X, Y, or Z, Amazon, boom. We are the one doing this. The same thing with Elon Musk, all of these guys. Elon Musk is the CEO of like 5-10 companies. He doesn't have time. He doesn't know what's going on in those companies. He doesn't. But we, the rest of us that are buying Tesla, that are working in these companies, the engineers paying us salary, you know, we are the ones that are working for him, that are making him his money, worth over 200 billion. Now, there is something that I like to call the employee trap, right? There is this idea that sometimes, especially this mostly happens with people with high-paying jobs. Now, I'm talking about high-paying jobs. Maybe you are a lawyer on Wall Street, or maybe an investment banker or something like that. They've told you, like, you know, you wear your suit, you are prestigious. They're paying you $400,000 a year, $500,000. That's a lot of money. But guess what? What are you doing for that job? You don't have a life. You don't, you know, you're making all this money, you don't even have time to spend it. And you are just working 18, 20-hour days, going to work all the time. By the time you probably even divide up how much you're making per hour based on the number of hours you're working, you're probably making less than $100 an hour. So that is how a lot of us are. But the thing is, if you're making $500,000, you're probably taking them $250K. The rest you're paying in taxes. But guess what? You can have your plumber, the guy that you went to high school with down the street, that has a business. The guy that you went to high school with down the street, that's a plumber, that's probably making $300K from his plumbing business. He probably pays less taxes in you. His take-home pay is probably bigger than yours, even though he's making $300K. Why? Because it's a business. He is a business, and that is what you should be thinking. The way that this society, the financial infrastructure, the way it is built, is to benefit businesses tremendously. If your plumber pays for anything, it can expenses as a business account. If it has anything to do with the business, you can go for lunch and expense it on the business. If you go for lunch, you pay the money that you pay post taxes. At the end of the day, what is sitting in his bank account is bigger than yours. But they've told you that you are a smart guy. You have your fancy schmancy degree, right? You are the smart guy. You wear your suit and tie, and you can show up. You can have all these conversations. You're the one that is being invited to the cocktail party. But you're the one that is broke. You don't have money in your bank account. You just appear rich. You know all of the fancy words. You know all of the fancy lingo. That, my folks, that, my friends, is the employee trap. So there is a key distinction between assets and labor, right? Think about it in a way like, if you have an ATM in your home, anytime you're about to go out, you're about to go to a party or whatever the case may be, you're about to go to a restaurant, you can just go to the ATM and just take out $100 every time. Would you still drive to a job to go earn $100 a day? Nope. You're not going to do that. Anytime you need money, you just go to the ATM, you take it. That's exactly how rich people work, man. That's exactly how they work. And that's how they structure their assets. Again, that's how they structure their assets to make money for them that way. Because they just need to keep an eye on the asset. Oh, is that asset doing well? Okay, that asset is doing well. I have a good manager in there. I'm paying that manager maybe 10%, 5% of the value of the assets or the value of what comes in. He has to worry about all of the headaches and everything, while I just sit at home. Even when the building is on fire, they don't even call you. They already know what to do. They already know how to handle it, how to call the insurance companies and all of that. And you are just there chilling. You just wake up. You can be on your yacht. You can be in Greece somewhere, Santorini, in Dubai, having fun, chilling. Now, this concept is what some people on YouTube are trying to do, right? When they start selling all these online courses and all of this stuff. Sometimes they may be useful, sometimes they're not useful. I don't know. Like, I don't buy them. But that is the same concept when they create a course and they're like, oh, just leave it there and then it can start making money for you. It is the same concept. I mean, for most of these folks, they don't execute it well, but it's the same idea where you can build an asset, build something that hopefully over time will make you money while you're doing nothing, while you're sleeping. One of the things I'm going to continue to talk about on this channel is figuring out how to make money, how to make assets work for you. When you're thinking about buying anything, just always keep in mind, like, okay, you need to figure out how to make this asset work for me so that when I'm not here, I don't need to be there. When I'm not there, I can generate whatever sort of returns from this asset. So whether you're going to invest in a company, whether you're going to buy the company yourself and then employ people to help you grow, to build a company, that is how you want to be thinking. And then as you do this, you are leveraging other people's time and money. It's not your time anymore. You are hiring people to do that. You are borrowing money from the bank to pay for whatever needs to be paid for. You are not doing it on your own capacity, but they are doing all of these things. Everyone else, and they're with their money, are helping you to grow your own empire, to grow your own assets. That is how you want to be thinking. That's called big time thinking. Because what happens is when you leverage other people's stuff, you get some sort of a multiplier effect, right? Because you as an individual, there is a limit to what you can do. You by yourself only have 24 hours in one day. And maybe the productive hours that you have in those 24 hours are really 6 hours. But if you have 10 people also with 6 hours working for you, now all of a sudden you have 60 hours in one day. Now think about that, 600 people, right? All of a sudden you have this multiplier effect. Because what you cannot accomplish by yourself, you have 600 people, 6,000 people accomplishing it for you. And that is how wealth is built, my folks. I mean, if you look at, someone like Oprah, for instance, like she has a media empire. You think she's the one grabbing coffee for all of the guests on the show or, calling people, booking guests, researching topics and things like that? No, she's not the one doing any of that. She's just sitting. She just shows up. The makeup person comes. They make up her face. Everything is good to go. Oh, you're going to talk to X, Y, they give her talking points. Maybe she reads a little bit. She does a little bit of research. She shows up. That's it. She just shows up, talks, boom, 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 and she's gone. The rest of her staff are the ones that are doing everything. Running up and down, booking the next guest, showing up to work 9 to 5. And then she shows up again for 2 hours. She's gone. Everyone else is helping her build and maintain her billions. That is big time thinking. The question now becomes, how do you transition from that employee mindset to an owner mindset? There are a few things that you can do. Your goal doesn't have to be that you are a billionaire. Your goal should be that you have more time for yourself. One, you got to identify whatever skills or passions that you have, right? Identify your skills and passions. Look for problems that you can solve with those skills and passions. Get obsessed with solving that problem, because once you can do that, it's easy for you to now get others to help you solve that problem on a large scale, and that is what scaling is all about. Start small, but think big. You can start small, solve this problem, get that one customer. You can start by cleaning windows in the beginning. You can say, you know what, I want to start a window cleaning business. And your ultimate goal is to be the number one window cleaner in your city. If you're going to be the number one window cleaner in your city, you're not going to be cleaning all of those windows. It's impossible. But the very first time, you can start cleaning those windows, right? You take your bucket, you clean the windows, you go. You try and get as many of those clients as you can. There's going to become a point when you cannot be at two places at the same time. That's when you hire the next person. You hire the third person, you hire the fourth person. Now they know you as Mr. Window. Not Mr. Window Shopper, you're now Mr. Window Cleaner. Now that job doesn't look sexy, but guess what? There's going to be a point where you're no longer cleaning the windows. You have 10, 15, 20 people cleaning all of the windows around the city for you. You are now managing. There's going to become a point where you don't show up to work anymore because you now have a manager. Maybe the first guy that you hired is now a manager. And that's exactly how it is. You don't show up. Now, whatever the assets you start building, whatever you start building in that space, right? You may now start thinking, now I want to start cleaning floors. I want to start, cleaning garages. Whatever the case may be, that is how you start building wealth. And that is how you start small, but think big. All right, y'all. See you in the next video.